Okay, we're starting tutorial 6. So you need to open a blank Photoshop document.
We should talk in song.
Okay, make sure you're 10 inches for your width, 8 inches for your height. Make sure it's set in inches, not pixels.
That'd be really good, wouldn't it? Do we keep resolution 72?
Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put on a word. I want you to think of any word that would be cool.
Platypus.
No. So I'm gonna show you an easy one. You'll probably want to start with something like bubbles, water, ice, snow, fire, bricks, something tangible, a noun, something that you can see. So I'm gonna start with fire. Whoa. You need the T tool, which is the writing tool. I still have it default.
I take it we click on it and
Yeah. Yeah, click onto the T and then select it. Make it 72 as big as it goes. In fact, I would go to transform scale to make it even bigger. 72 is the biggest default. So make it really big on your paper.
Are we supposed to change the font to something cool?
Just, I'm going to show you some cool fonts. When you have the word selected, there's some different things that you can do with spacing and stuff up here if you want to mess with that. Otherwise, there's
how did you do the scale?
edit, transform, scale. There's another one that you can do when you select the word. Oops.
How can you like change the spelling if you've already let go of it?
You're supposed to be able to select it again. I'm not really sure why it keeps adding layers.
Just go to act like you're transforming the scale and it highlights it. Just do that.
Yeah, but we want the word selected. We want the word selected. Oh, now it does it. It wouldn't stay on that layer. So yeah, you should be clicked on that layer. The layer with your word should be selected blue. And then when you go back to the word tool, you can select it. Then there's this little T on the bar up here. It has an arrow under it. There's some cool effects that you can do with this one. If you go to the style bar, you can pick some of the different options. I want mine to remind me of fire, so I'm gonna kind of make it arch up like a fire would. You can do other stuff with, you can make the bend higher, you can change the tilt of it, so you can mess with those a little bit.
Doesn't matter what
This
color
little
the font
button here.
is. Doesn't matter.
No, we're gonna get to that. This button, see the T? The T with the arrow. Okay, now what we're going to do for our background is we're going to place a picture in there. But first what I want you to do is come up with a creative font. The ones that are in the default menu aren't that cool. So I found this really neat site that's super easy to use. Of course, I lost it. History. Okay. It's this one. 1,001 free fonts.
How did you get out of mine's doing that layer thing? How did you hide
Just skip it. Go to Safari. Go to 1001freefonts.com. It gives you different options, or you can do it alphabetically. I'm doing fire, so I'm going to pick one that reminds me of fire. So I'm going to look at their options here. Under fire.
Oh, you have water?
And whichever one you pick, on the right side you can click Mac OS download. You'll double click it and it'll open in your download box. When it's in your download box, you don't have it yet, you have to click it again. It's gonna bring it up, and then you have to make sure that you select the TTF. Sometimes there's a TXT or a TTF or a PDF. You need to make sure that you select the TTF. Then once you select it, a box or a folder might come up with different options. Once you choose the TTF file, then you click the install font. You need to remember what it's called. Okay, you have to remember what it's called because it's going to be alphabetical on your list. So mine's Firestarter, it starts with F. So then when I go back to my Photoshop document, I still have it selected. I'm going to go all the way to my F's. Look too far. And look for Firestarter. And that's the one that I just downloaded. Okay, now I'm going to work on the background. For my background, what I'm going to do is you're going to need to go to your layers. Make sure you can see your layers. If you can't, go Window and then select Layers. On your background layer, once your background layer is selected, go back to Safari. You should have done this for your homework, is to find some Google images. So I'm just going to do a Google search for images of fire. I'm going to look through and pick an image that I like that has fire. Do this one. Okay, I'm just going to screenshot it. Command-Shift-4. Okay, now I have that picture on my desktop, so I can go back here. I have my background selected, just like we've done before, File, Place. So far, pretty simple. We've done putting things together like this before. I'm going to make it fill the whole space behind my word. I want to move it around so I get a little bit of logs in there maybe. Okay, now this is the part where it gets a little bit tricky, so pay attention. All right, now I want to make sure my word layer is selected. So I'm on the layer that says fire. I'm going to use my magic wand tool and I'm going to select. You can shift select or you can go to select similar. But I'm going to select this word. Then I'm going to rasterize type. So now it's an editable image. And I'm going to delete the color inside. Now I need to group my word and my background together. So I'm going to make sure my word's still selected, hit Shift Select to select both of these layers. Then I need to merge the two layers together. Once the two layers are merged together, this is one image. So now instead of selecting the word fire, I want to select the background. So we go layer, select, inverse. Now I have everything except for my word selected, and I can just delete it. Now I've filled my word with an image that reminds me of the word, and I've illustrated it with my text, my font choice, and also what's inside of it. So your assignment for this project is going to be 5 words of your own. You're going to have to choose the font that best describes the word, as well as an image or color or whatever it is to fill it that helps convey the meaning of the word. So after you have this part done, you can just do a screenshot, Command-Shift-4 of the word that you just created, and then post it on your blog again as tutorial 6.